Kahalaylam Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles, and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. I don't have any precepts in mind, but we'll go into the spirit. And this is basically, we're going to go into how, as the title entails, how China is using artificial intelligence in classrooms. Okay, because again, this is the future that these elites, the wicked elites of this world, have imagined for their new society, for their new technocratic society. Okay, where artificial intelligence is the main vehicle for transactions, for becomes integrated with your way of life. Okay, so Lord willing, this will be edifying. So we're gonna go into the video, and this is my disclaimer. Free use. I'm using this for edification purposes. I'm not getting any money from off this video.
红色是表示你的专注力显示得很高。
Teachers at this primary school in China
蓝色是走神了，
know exactly when someone isn't paying attention.
白色就是你可能跟网络还没有连接好。
These headbands measure each student's level of concentration. The information is then directly sent to the teacher's computer and to parents.
You see, so and again, you have to look at this to see the bigger picture. Okay, because they're setting it up for what's going on in those schools. They're using AI in those classrooms. It's really for as like a test ground. Okay, they're using these kids as lab rats basically, because again, Isa Edom wants to implement that system worldwide. Okay, you see, he wants everyone to be microchipped, which is the mark of the beast. So they'll be able to control and see and know everything that an individual is doing. Okay, so that nothing is hid from him. Okay, from Isa Edom, because again, Isa Edom, being the devil that he is, he has a God complex, and he wants to be the Most High. Okay, he wants to be like the Most High. Okay, so again, the fact that these children, when they go to school, they wear a headband, and the headband is able to see if they're focused, if they fall asleep, if they're paying attention. Okay, and that information is being transferred straight to the professors and straight to the parents. Okay, so that adds another level of stress. Imagine all your actions is being recorded, man. Now you can't even hide, man. Okay, they take away let's say the life out of that child's out of their childhood, because a child, you can expect them to be like a robot and be focused 24/7. Okay, but now they're completely oppressing those little Moabite children, man. Okay, but don't worry that this don't worry, Isa Edom has a plan for the rest of the world. Okay, he wants to bring that technology worldwide and oppress the whole earth. Okay.
China has big plans to become a global leader in artificial intelligence. It has enabled a cashless economy where people make purchases with their faces.
You see, a cashless economy. Okay, and this is what they want to bring to the west side of the hemisphere. Okay, a cashless society. Okay, where everything's gonna be in the cloud. Okay, everything's gonna be done digitally. Okay, and everything is gonna be either you're gonna be a walking wallet when you have the microchip in you. Okay, all your information, whether it be medical, financial, regardless, all the information that is able to obtain of you, location, GPS, it'll be able to track you, to know what you're doing, to know it, even to the point where they're seeking to know what you're thinking. Okay, you see, like that movie Minority Report. Okay, so this is the future for that Isa Edom has envisioned for the rest of the world.
A giant network of surveillance cameras with facial recognition helps police monitor citizens. Meanwhile,
See, monitor citizens. So again, you're gonna be You think you're free, but you're gonna be soon when Isa Edom implements that system. No one's gonna be free. Everyone's gonna be um, enslaved to the highest level of slavery that's ever been made in the history of mankind. That's what Isa Edom is promising to the world, man. Okay, a totalitarian system, man, where the elites control everything, and as Carl Schwab said, you will own nothing and be happy.
Some schools offer glimpses of what the future of high-tech education in the country might look like.
做出选择吧。Good job.
Classrooms have robots that analyze students' health and engagement levels. Students wear uniforms with chips that track their locations.
So now, even like I mentioned, the chip is on the children on their uniform, but soon it's gonna be inside their body, either in their hands or in their foreheads. Okay, wherever you put it. Okay, but regardless, it's gonna be inside. They're gonna make an incision, a cut inside your body, and insert the microchip in you. And that will be a sign of submitting to this wicked kingdom, to the beast system.
There are even surveillance cameras that monitor how often students check their phones or yawn during classes. These gadgets have alarmed Chinese netizens.
You see?
But schools say it wasn't students check their phones or yawn during classes.
Say one of those
These
comments.
gadgets have alarmed Chinese
That's
netizens.
too scary. These kids are suffering these days. It says this is worse than being a prisoner. Yes, and that's exactly what Isa Edom wants to do for the rest of the world. They want to make you perpetual slaves. Okay. Even if they say how I mentioned that the money is the society is gonna be cashless, to the point where they're gonna implement rules that if you don't spend your money in a certain amount of time, it's gonna be deleted. Okay, you won't even be able to save. You won't even be able to invest in your future, so to speak. Okay, everything is gonna be fast. Okay, you get paid and you have to spend that money right away. Pay your bills, pay your food, and wait for the next paycheck. Okay, you see, that's the world that Isa Edom has envisioned for the world.
But schools say it wasn't hard for them getting parental consent to enroll kids into what is one of the world's largest experiments in AI education.
You see, it's an experiment. Like I said, those children are being used as lab rats. Okay, they're saying it all. Okay, you have to have the spiritual eye to be able to discern it. This is an experiment, and this way of life, they want to bring it to the whole earth. Okay, where the whole earth is gonna become a world prison. Okay, okay, you see.
A program that's supposed to boost students' grades while also feeding powerful algorithms.
为了就是国家的这个研究呀、发展呀，我觉得是没有问题的。
The government has poured billions of dollars into the project, bringing together tech giants, startups, and schools. We got exclusive access to a primary school a few hours outside of Shanghai.
同学们早上好。
To see firsthand how AI tech is being used in the classroom. For this 5th grade class, the day begins with putting on a brainwave sensing gadget. Students then practice meditating.
现在想象我们眉心有一点柔和的光芒绽
Satanic,
放。
man.
The device is made in China and has 3 electrodes, 2 behind the ears and 1 on the forehead. These sensors pick up electrical signals sent by neurons in the brain. The neural data is then sent in real time to the teacher's computer. So while students are solving
This is part of Esau's miracles. Well, yes, it's the Moabites, but it's also part of Esau's miracle. Okay, to do these things and be able to track your thoughts, your concentration, all these things, man. Years back, it wasn't possible. That's why it says that knowledge shall increase. To be able to do these things, this is something that would be considered sci-fi a couple years back. Okay, 100 years back, that would be considered taboo. Okay.
math problems, a teacher can quickly find out who's paying attention and who's not.
说明这段时间他是有点在那走神的。
A report is then generated that shows how well the class was paying attention. It even details each student's concentration level at 10-minute intervals.
So every 10 minutes.
It's then sent to a chat group for parents.
就是他可以看到每个人的评分。
The reports are detailed, but whether these devices really work and what they exactly measure isn't as clear. We were curious if the headbands could actually measure concentration, so one of our reporters tried on the device.
但我没有感觉自己特别集中。
This is a new technology with still fairly little research behind it.
Theodore Zanto is a neuroscientist at the University of California, San Francisco. He was surprised to learn that this tech, called electroencephalography, also known as EEG, is being used in the classroom on children. It's usually used by doctors in hospitals and labs.
EEG is very susceptible to artifacts, and so if you are itchy or just a little fidgety, or the EEG wasn't set up properly so that the electrodes didn't have a good contact, affects the signal.
Despite the chances for false readings, teachers told us the headbands have forced students to become more disciplined.
Yeah, they're oppressed. They're oppressed. Yes, of course, it forced them to be more disciplined, man. They're being watched, they're being targeted, okay? They're being monitored. Everything they do is being recorded. And then it's not only sent to the teacher, it's also sent to the parent. Of course, they're gonna be focused, man. This is oppression, man. It's like having eyes behind your back constantly, man. Like you can't hide, and that's exactly what Isa Edom wants. Okay, he doesn't want you to be able to hide. He wants to know everything that you do. Okay, to every 10 minutes, he wants to know where you are, what you're thinking, what you're doing. Okay, to so quote unquote boost your performance. No, man, it's to keep you oppressed. Okay, so that you don't rebel.
我的问题就是他们的声音会比平常更响亮。
Teachers say the students now pay better attention during class, and that has made them study harder and achieve higher scores.
上课认真听讲，作业做的基本上是全对的。
And you know they've been paid to say that. You know, if they could be honest and say, "Yo, this is bullshit. I'm oppressed." You know, see, it hurts. It hurts. You see, this guy said it hurts, man. They're not happy, man. These people are being oppressed, man. And again, these people that submit and bow down to this wicked kingdom and submit to this wicked system, they're also gonna feel the pain too, man. First of all, there's gonna be consequences from the how do you say that, radioactive radiation. Here we go, from the radiation from that's gonna come from the microchip, and also the effects of just having a foreign object in your body. Okay, which it tells you in Revelation 14. But then also you become marked as an enemy of the Most High and become susceptible to judgment. All right, you see, so yeah, it hurts. It hurts, man.
But not all students are as enthusiastic.
You see? You see, they say it felt like they were controlling us. But yeah, but they're laughing. But it's no, man. It's no joke. It's no joke, man.
This fifth grader, whom we caught dozing off in class, told us his parents punish him for low attention scores.
You see, you get back home, and then it's their parents already know you went off, man. That's complete oppression. At least back then, if you dozed off and still had good grades, your parents can't do nothing. They don't know. But now, if you doze off, even if you have good grades, they'll know you dozed off, man. You see, there's no space. There's no opportunity for slackness, man. Okay, you see.
And that kind of data adds a new kind of pressure for students.
Pressure.
你想啊，如果在一次考试全班人都考了95分以上，就你考了一个85，你会不会感觉你有一种
Companies we interviewed said the data can go to government-funded research projects. We spoke to parents who were
the data goes to government-funded research projects. Okay, so so the government has its hands in this affair. Okay, and you know that they're gonna use this data to send it to the elites to see how this works. Okay, because again, Isa Edom is a cunning hunter. Okay, and he does things by gradualism. So eventually, slowly but surely that technology is gonna seep out to the whole world. Okay, you see, and everyone's gonna be oppressed under the well, everyone's already oppressed under the leadership of the wicked. Okay, but Isa Edom wants to bring it to the next level, total control.
About where the data ended up, and they didn't seem to care too much.
He's a fool. Moab is a demon. He doesn't care where the information, your child's information, is heading. You see, that's why these heathens were supposed to be under subjection to the Israelites, man. Okay, just leave the ruling to the Israelites, the people that are meant to be rulers, and don't worry about anything else. Just serve and do what you have to do. Okay, washpot. Okay, don't worry about anything else. We'll make the decisions. You just lead. You just follow. So like it. Okay, lead by example. You see, be a good servant, because ultimately that's what that is your role. Okay, because if you don't care what the elites do with the information of your child, that's kind of weird, man. Okay, you should be more involved, man. You see, he's like giving your children to the slaughter. Okay, and that's exactly what the heathen been doing. That's a part of their culture ultimately. Okay, because they don't know the Most High. So when it comes to serving idols, man, they're all for it, man. Okay, so Isa Edom comes up with this AI technology to give it to your children, and these Moabites, they're all for it, man. Okay, they don't care. Oh, the technology for the future. Yeah. See. Secret recipe, yes. You see?
Santos says there's likely no privacy protection at all.
In a classroom, if you're trying to make an assessment of an individual student, you really can't anonymize it.
Experts and citizens alike are sounding alarms about various aspects of the country's huge push into artificial intelligence. These classrooms are laboratories for future generations. And while these new tools may potentially help some 200 million students raise their grades, just how this all works out won't be apparent until they become adult citizens.
We're gonna be through. We'll see what happens, man. Okay? Alright, so let me get a few precepts pertaining to this situation. So we'll start off with Revelation 13, and I'll start at 15, and it reads, "And he had power to give life to the image of the beast," which is the system, "and the image of the beast should both speak," okay, "and cause as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed." So by you not taking the MOTB, by not submitting to this wicked kingdom, you would be put to death. They'll put it in decrease. Okay, they should both speak. Okay, and speaking by its decrees, philosophies, its laws that they're gonna implement, they're gonna put it in a decree to put anyone to death that refuses to submit and to be partaker of this new way of life. Okay, to take the microchip and to assimilate with the society. Okay, and he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, and free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads. Okay, and that mark is the mark of the beast, which is the microchip. Okay, the micro chip. Okay, and that no man might buy or sell. No man might buy or sell. So that's how you know that it's tied in with technology. Okay, well, with the economy, Salakia. And just as they mentioned in the documentary, they see in China, they're seeking to make it a cashless society. Okay, you see, and you know that what happens in China is ultimately a precursor of what they want, of what they're seeking to do in the Western society. Okay, so again, no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay, so again, Isa Edom being a carnal individual, the mark of the beast has to be carnal. Okay, unlike the Tawab in the book of Ezekiel, which is the spiritual mark of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which goes into knowing the name, following the correct doctrine, okay, being a servant of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, even having the Holy Spirit. Okay, that is the mark of exemption from judgment that the Lord will bring. Okay, which is different from the mark of the beast. Okay, so we jump into Revelation 14, and let me see. Here we go. Revelation 14 and 9 to the point. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark on his forehead or on his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture in the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay, this is gonna be your reward. Okay, for making yourself an enemy of the Lord. Okay. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they had no rest, day nor night, who worshipped the beast and his image, and whosoever received the mark of his name. Okay, so that is the reward for those that bow down to this wicked kingdom system, that partake in this new way of life, this technocracy based society. Okay, who turn their backs on the Lord and persecute his servants. Okay, that is going to be your reward, death and destruction. Okay, by way of fire, by way of famine, by way of pestilence, by way of sword. Okay, regardless of how the Lord decides to eliminate you, that's going to be your lot. Okay, death and destruction. Okay, I believe, see if I can, I don't know if boiled. I forget. There's a precept where it says they're gonna have a pus coming out their faces, or boils. Okay, they're gonna have some radioactive effects from taking the mark of the beast, from taking the microchip. I don't really recall the wording, but if you guys remember it, just post it on the comment board. Baba Kosha. Okay, I finished with 2 Thessalonians 2. Let's see. Second Thessalonians 2 and 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way, until the Esau be taken out of the way and cast out of his rulership throne. Okay, rulership position. Okay, then shall they be known. Then shall that wicked be revealed again, which is Esau Edom, and we're in the process of revealing who he is. Okay, by having the man of the Lord in the highways and byways prophesying against this devil. Okay, pushing forth the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and that's it. Pushing forth the righteous vibration on the world. Okay, the intentions of the Lord, pushing forth the names, the doctrine, and the truth of the gospel. Okay, and it says here, and then shall that wicked be revealed, and again, revealing who the wicked is a part of the doctrine. Okay, because it's a part of the truth. Because again, the whole world thinks that Esau Edom is the people of the Lord. Okay, everyone thinks that the so-called Ashkenazi fake imposters in the land of Israel right now are the real children of the Most High. But no, they do not fit prophecy, and they're not of the seed. They're not of the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Their lineage goes to Abraham, Abraham, Isaac, and Esau, not Jacob. Okay, you cannot be an Israelite without coming from the loins of Jacob. Okay, so it says here, even then, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, and with all power and signs and lying wonders. You see, so he comes in the intervention of Satan. He comes with in the power of Satan through the left hand. He comes with its technologies, these miracles to deceive the whole world. They think that he's doing this for the benefit of the population, but it's really for his own wicked desires, for his so that he can retain dominion on the world. Okay, so he cannot lose his grip on power. Okay, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. So again, if you follow after the ways of Isa Edom, is because you have been blinded to understand the ways of truth. Okay, the Lord has not opened your eyes so that you can be able to acknowledge his word, his truth, acknowledge his son, so that eventually the Lord has decided to cast you out. The Lord has rejected you from obtaining this knowledge. Okay, as it says, if this gospel be hid, is hid to them that are lost. Okay, you guys, anyone that doesn't, either you're a heathen and it was never meant for you in the first place, or you're an Israelite foreigner or an Israelite that the Lord has rejected on this side because they had loved the ways of the oppressor rather than to love the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, so again, because they have not received the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusions, that they should believe a lie. They all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay, so all those that had pleasure in unrighteousness are the ones that are going to be destroyed. Ultimately, they will not receive that mark of exemption, that tawab. Okay, the mark of the Most High. Okay, the Holy Spirit and the doctrine, the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, they will not accept it as being the truth. Okay, because they have pleasure in our righteousness, and they will not change their ways, conform the ways to the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, so that they may be saved. Okay, I believe there's another. Okay, here we go. Salakia. Verse 3. I'll finish here. Verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. And that's when that falling away happened when we lost our heritage. We were sent into captivity. But now through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, there's a remnant, okay, that remained, and they're returning back to the Father, man. Okay, so the falling away has happened. Okay, back in 70 AD, when we had to flee from the commonwealth of Israel has been destroyed. Okay, and we had to flee from our homeland. Okay, you see, and then it says what? And that the man of sin be revealed. And like I said, this is the moment of Isa Edom being revealed. Okay, ever since this gospel has been out, we have the Lord has put it in the spirit of certain men to expose who's the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Okay, now that we have the proper understanding in this last times, we have more understanding that we had in the past. Okay, concerning who's who in the scriptures. Now we know who the wicked are. Okay, the border of wickedness, which is Isa Edom. Okay, the people whom the Lord has indignation forever. Okay, and it says the son of perdition, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God and that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. You see, and that's what he seeks to do. As I aforementioned, that's what Isa Edom is seeking to do by pushing forth this new technology, by implementing this totalitarian technocratic system, where he's going to be the one in control, being able to see, control, and be in charge of all the being able to oppress fully the citizens of his world, of this world. Okay, so Lord willing, this was edifying lesson. What the Moabite children have to go through in these schools, and how they're being used as test subjects for the society that Isa Edom is seeking to implement in the near future. Okay, especially starting in the Western society. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying. Okay, use this as a sign of the times to understand where we are in prophecy, and understand that Yahushua is returning very soon. Okay, salvation is nearer than we believe. All right, so until next time, shalom, shalom, shalom. Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next lesson, shalom.